All right, what's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. We're going to take a look at VECHAIN real quick, ticker symbol VET/USDT. And this blockchain has been around for a while, and it's less of a meme coin and more of an actual blockchain. All right. So we're going to break down it. We're looking at the daily chart right now. So this is a big trend. Okay, you can see the overall trend on the cryptocurrency. Okay. The first thing I want you guys to notice was this really big volume spike. Okay. And that's where we got this nice big rally from 0.04 all the way up to 0.08, 0.09 area. So, 100% rally right there. And it has pulled back very hard since then. But on a large time frame scale, I want you guys to get an idea of where to take profits from. Okay, where to take profits at, where to maybe trim some of your position and look to get into another position, right? But before we do any of that, I just want to mention that I do viewer requests every single week. So if you have any cryptos, stocks, even anything like that you want me to analyze, give you some technical analysis on, I'll be happy to do that. Okay. So one thing that I want to point out, all right, already was the massive volume spike, but I want you to notice that we have this bullish divergence going on. If we look at this point on, on the token right here, we have a low, we create a lower low, and we're creating lower lows. So we have three lower lows, but on the RSI, we have higher lows. All right. That's what's known as bullish divergence. And we were able to get a nice strong bounce off of that bullish divergence trend line. And then that's when we saw the volume step in and we had this nice rally and we've pulled back. Okay. Because as volume dies off, you're going to see the price level drop. Okay. Because if this buying volume, if all the people buying at these prices, if the volume does not increase or stay at the same pace, then naturally the price is going to fall. All right, because what that means is that nobody's buying it up here, and it's going to fall into a price level where there is demand. Okay, now currently we did break that bullish divergence trend line. So you could say that that small pop off of the bullish divergence, that rally is done. All right, now but we're going to look on a much larger scale here, and we're going to look at this bottom trend line here. We've touched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Okay, and we're going to look at the top here. We've touched this trend line 1, 2 times. All right, so to really get a shift in the overall direction of VECHAIN and ticker symbol VET/USDT, we're going to need to see a break above this top trend line to the upside, right? Or we're going to need to see a break below this trend line to the downside. All right. So, the major support level that we currently need to hold is right around 0.039. Let's just call it, 4 cents. All right. And our first take profit zone is going to be right around 9 cents. Okay. So, this is where I want you guys to realize and kind of learn and get used to the idea of taking profit. Okay. Because it's never bad to take profit and say that you were able to make some money on a trade or a cryptocurrency or a stock, whatever it is. Okay. Because if you don't have a game plan of, where you're going to get out at, and where you're going to sell at and take your profits, then you could just get stuck holding forever, waiting for it to, I don't know, just whenever you feel like selling one day, right? And you may not know, you could be up 1,000% one day and never sell, and then sell it for a 30-40% loss. Like perhaps some people did with Doge and things like that. So we have the Fibonacci's pulled up. That's what all of these lines are. And that's where all of these levels are coming from. Okay, so these are going to be algorithmically, calculated support and resistance levels. Currently, we're trading below all of these. So the first major level that we're going to need to break is right there around 0.09 cents. Okay, and once we do get a break above there, then your next level is going to be 0.13, and above that, it's going to be 0.159. All right, now all of those are going to be essentially the bottom half. Okay, if we look at the highs and the lows, 0.16, okay, 16 cents is going to be right around the halfway marker. All right, so what we're either going to see is and what I think we're going to continue seeing, okay, is going to be a little bit of some movements like this. Okay, we're going to see it come down here, we're going to see it bounce up. All right, and we could see it come up towards the top of this trend line. All right, and then come back down. We'll see it come back down again, and we'll just see it, trade in this zone until we have a breakout, okay, either to the downside like this, right, or till we have a break to the upside like this, all right? And that's how I see this playing out. Now, one thing to keep in mind and remember, okay, is that a lot of times when you have a breakout, you get a retest. Okay, so what that means is that, let's just say, we do break out from here. Let's say we get our breakout, we hit our first level here, okay, and we try to come up to this level, but we're gonna see it pull back. Okay, so you'll see it come up, and then it'll pull back and it'll retest this trend line. Okay, so that's what's called a retest, is when you get the breakout above. All right. And then it's going to come up and it's going to come back down and it's going to retest this original trend line as a support level now instead of a resistance level. Okay. So those are the key things. You can, once you see the initial breakout, okay, you want to stay in it, take some profits, okay, at one of your levels, your take profit zones. Like I said, 0.09 is going to be one and 0.13 is going to be one. You take some profits along those levels and you see, all right, is it going to pull back and is it going to come back and retest? And the same thing happens on the downside. Okay, if we break below here, all right, what you'll see is you'll see some buying pressure come in, it'll come back up and it's going to go ahead and try to retest this line, and instead of being a support line, it'll be a resistance line. Okay. um so lots of sideways movement is what I see it consolidating in between 0.03 and 0.09 over the next few weeks, and I think it's going to continue to do that until we either get a break of 0.039 as a support level right around 0.04, or until we get a break above 0.09, as a breakout. Okay. So, this is really just the long-term macro trend that I'm looking at right now. And, there's lots of up and down and sideways movement, but we already had the break of the bullish divergence trend line, okay, which was that initial rally. And if you look at that rally again, you can see here that was a nice 103% rally. Okay, so very good stuff happened here recently, but it also gave all of those gains back. Okay, if we look and take a look here at where it's at, it dropped about 40% after doing so. All right, so there's been big moves to the upside, big moves to the downside, but when you look at the grand scheme of everything, we're really just consolidating, and it's trying to bottom out. It's trying to find a bottom somewhere. We could have potentially hit our bottom here, okay, at the 0.039, but we have to look and we have to be cautious, okay, because this is not a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern. All right, what we're looking for is we're looking to see the pattern break. Okay, so what you can do is you can try to enter long positions once we get towards the bottom of this trend line and try to ride that momentum up towards the top. Okay, or you can try to short it once we get up here towards the top of this trend line and ride the momentum back down. The thing you have to be cautious of, again, as I said, is the breakout to the upside or the downside. And if you miss the initial breakout, as I said before, you can try to catch the retest. Okay, so if we break out to the upside and it comes back down, you can try to catch the retest here, along the trend line. Or if we break down to the downside and you see it pulling down, well, you could try to catch the shorts, okay, once we come back up and retest this trend line. But overall, still just some consolidation. It was very nice to see some buying pressure step in, and a nice, a massive volume spike right here. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, okay, the volume has been much higher here in the past. And, this is when it initially started the rally. Okay. Is when volume was above these levels like it was here. So we're going to need to see this volume pick back up. Okay, volume has died off since, and it's been going off a cliff and just getting lower and lower. And really until we see some big things happening with Bitcoin, and Ethereum and some of the major coins, you're not going to see too much action in VeChain itself. But I really do like VeChain. They've been and works with Walmart for a few years. A lot of people didn't know that Walmart is already active, in cryptocurrency, and they've been working with VeChain, for the past few years. All right, so just wanted to do a quick highlight on VeChain, give you guys kind of a grand scheme, okay? Because I know it can be really frustrating when everyone's telling you, last month, oh, I just got in VeChain. Oh, look, guys, man, I just doubled my money. I'm up 100%. And then let's say you try to get in on that rally. All right, we'll just go ahead and zoom in a lot more. And let's say you're buying up here, right? You're trying to catch that rally, and you come up, okay, you see it go up 20%, but you didn't sell, right? And then now it's pulling back, and now you're down 27%. So that's a lot of times how people get confused, is by chasing. Okay, so FOMO, fear of missing out, and YOLO, you only live once, equals NOMO, right? No more cash, no more money to spend and try to trade or invest, right? So always keep that in mind. FOMO plus YOLO equals NOMO. All right. That's my tip for the day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay.